What's up guys, this is Cory and welcome to CNA Films and Animation. Today is Tuesday and welcome to this week's episode of TV Series Tuesday. Today's episode, as you can see, is of Community Season 1. Community stars Joel McHale as Jeff Weiner, a lawyer who has found out that he's never attended college, or he never graduated from in an undergraduate degree. So he has to take community college, and so he goes back and he has to take Spanish, and he basically builds this study group to, basically get into a relationship with a girl named Britta. And, this basically sparks just a giant study group between a list of people. Those include Annie, a Jewish girl who dropped out of high school because she had a mental breakdown and is now in community college. Shirley, a middle-aged black woman who has 2 kids and is recently divorced. Pierce Hawthorne, who is played by Chevy Chase, and he's just kind of back in college, I guess, to be with the younger folks, I guess. There's Troy, who is a athlete. He's a black athlete who, he's a little arrogant, but he's very likable. And then there's Abed, who is a Muslim. He's kind of like the oddball of the group. He loves movies, he quotes them, he does weird things with films. He's kind of like autistic, but his love for movies and TV and pop culture and all of that is just spills out of him. And he's one of the most likable and one of the most funny characters in the entire series. That's on to Jeff's ploy, I guess. And eventually they all become friends, and they all pretty much decide to do things together. And this creates a lot of very funny episodes. Some of them are very big, grand, epic episodes that either reference a specific genre of film, or they are episodes that are just so out of, just blown out of the water. They're just so awesome. It's just, you never know what to expect in the next episode. And that's what I really like about Community, especially Community Season 1. You never know quite what to expect with this show, and it always keeps you entertained, and you always want more after you see an episode. After the end of each episode, Troy and Abed have little kind of side quips. They do random things, and it's often quite funny. And sometimes it's the funniest part of the entire episode. Some notable episodes to look out for and to check out in Season 1 are Introduction to Film. This one is one of the first episodes of the entire series, and this one kind of takes you into the mind of Abed. You learn a little bit about him, and it's very funny, it's very interesting, and it's a very good episode. Social Psychology is another one that is early on in the series, and this one's just kind of a fun one. It follows Annie. She gets into the psych research program with the dean. No, excuse me. She gets into this research project with I guess he's the counselor. He's John Oliver plays him, and she invites Troy and Abed to take part in this research experiment, and it's a very funny episode. Comparative Religion is a Christmas special for the Season 1, and it's very funny. I don't want to get into spoilers or anything, but it's a fun episode. I highly recommend that you go check it out. Beginner Pottery is another episode that's really good. It's very entertaining. I really like this episode. It stars, I forgot the actor's name, but he plays Buster Bluth from Arrested Development, and he's very funny in this episode. It's definitely worth checking out. The Science of Illusion is another fun episode. I highly recommend that you check it out. Contemporary American Poultry is kind of the genre-based episode. It's like one of the first ones they do. And it's very creative, it's very funny. It references a lot of gangster films, specifically Goodfellas. If you like Goodfellas, if you like any gangster film, I highly recommend that you check this episode out. It is very funny. The Art of Discourse is kind of a goofy one, but I liked it. You know, I found myself laughing quite often, and it's a good episode. And the last one I'm going to mention is probably my favorite of all of the episodes in Season 1, and that is Modern Warfare, which is just basically every action movie that you can think of combined into one through a paintball war. It's truly the best episode I've seen so far. I absolutely love that episode, and I highly recommend that you go check it out. If you haven't seen Season 1 of Community, please go check it out. I truly highly recommend it. It's truly a lot of fun, and it's just a great time. I'm going to give Community Season 1 a 8.9 out of 10. So tell me guys, have you seen Community Season 1? If you have, what'd you think of it? Did you like it? What was your favorite episode? If you haven't, do you want to see it? Comment below and let me know. The results for the poll are in, and the winner is Skyfall with 5 votes. Silent Hill received 3 votes, The Session received 2 votes, Robot and Frank received 2 votes, Smiley received 2 votes, The Kid with a Bike received 1 vote, and Bully and the Man in the Iron Fist received 0 votes. Thank you to everyone who voted for this week. Next week's poll will be posted on Friday's video. In 2 weeks, I will be reviewing Community Season 2, so be sure to come back and check that out. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe. I'm Cory, and I'll see you guys in the next one.